Hello, everyone. Wanted to come on here and make a quick message of the things that are going on in our own country now and how strong and important they are to understand, and how these events are truly shaping and truly revealing the nature of our own country, the nature of our own government, the nature of a place where we are supposed to feel safe, but yet we do not. So, if any of you have been following, we have been seeing a multitude of universities who have been protesting and joining Columbia University in the protests of the genocide, setting up camps, tents, and right on campus ground, right? And with these protests and all these camps, and with students and faculty joining, we are seeing our own government and police force take very serious action. I'm talking about brutal action. We are seeing people who are thrown onto the ground, who are punched, who are beaten, who are mauled by the police force that are supposed to be protecting us from harmful people. Yet we live in a time where saying free Palestine and saying end the genocide, stop funding the genocide. When we say things like that in a country like this one, the United States, we are deemed anti-Semitic. We are deemed anti-Zionist. We are deemed terrorist. We are viewed as a threat rather than human beings. Because now we are no longer human beings to the eyes of our own government. But what we must understand is that they are scared. They are truly scared. Scared of us. Because now they are understanding and they are realizing that they only can control and will try to control but a small fragmentation of the population, a microscopic part of society. Whereas the majority will not stand down and be puppeted. Excuse me. Will not stand down and be puppeted like like those in power. Because those in power are puppeted. They are controlled. They are told what to do, how to do it, and at the end of the day, they go home, they receive their money, and so be it. But now the truth is unfolding. Now the realization that the world will not stand down, and the world will fight, and the world will stand until they cannot stand no more. And I want to kind of paint a picture of how serious the police forces are. We are seeing, I want to paint a picture here. We are seeing officers be more brutal, more violent with a professor, with students who have committed no crimes, who have done nothing illegal, and all they've done is wave signs, saying, "End the genocide, free Palestine." Forgive me for not knowing the proper terminology for this piece of clothing, but it's a scarf. I am very sorry that I don't know the proper term. May you forgive me. But it's a symbolization and representation for Gaza and Palestine. Waving flags. We have seen our own police force, and even police forces in Germany and other countries, beat, punch, push, maul innocent humans and take faster action than against people who have committed school shootings. I want you to understand that. We have seen mass shooters, kids who have taken guns to school, be pampered down, given water, taken to get some food, and they just killed tens of 20 of close to 100 kids. We have seen footage in the school in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, of police officers in the building with an active shooter putting on hand sanitizer, making phone calls, checking their phone, while little kids are dying. And they took their time, didn't they? Yet, I could be holding a sign today, if at the New Haven Green, at the protest, or if I went to the Yale protest, which obviously the news didn't really cover, I learned about it on Twitter, or if I went to the Columbia University protest, and I held a sign saying, "Free Palestine, end the genocide, ceasefire now," I would be brutally taken down faster than a man, or a boy rather. I would never call any type of murderer a man. A person who just killed children, who just killed adults, humans. That's the reality we live in. We have seen, I believe, one of the head people in Columbia University, I don't really know his title, I don't really care, but cowardly admit and say that he will involve the National Guard, if so be. The National Guard. Do we understand? I mean, not the FBI, not the police force, not the school security, no, the National Guard. For Columbia University students, setting up tents, waving flags, holding up signs, and coming together in arms, doing the right thing. See, that is the problem in which I think we are failing to understand and see. They want you to feel like doing the right thing is the wrong thing. They want you to feel scared of being someone who will step up to the plate. Because at that plate, there's a big monster. There was a fallen angel from the heavens above who was one of God's most trusted, one of God's favorites. And he is there at that plate, waiting for you, testing you. But he is scared of you. The world, the government, rather, is scared of us. Because we know the truth. And we are getting the truth out. Why do you think they want to ban TikTok? Why do you think that they will never stream the things that need to be streamed? Why do you think there are certain people in certain places, which maybe none of us have ever heard of before? But because they're there is because they are part of the puppetry. They are all on strings, trying to be controlled by one person or the next. But they are losing. They are losing. But this is the time we live in now. The time where a man with a gun, in some aspects, may be less dangerous to this country than a human being holding a sign that says Free Palestine. That is the world we live in. That is the country that I will not say that we have become that we have always been. We just never noticed it. I feel as if we have always been a country that is so wrong and evil. But how would we know? They give us things to distract us. They create propaganda. They create events to distract us. We don't even talk about the wildfires anymore, have we? Remember the wildfires? And I believe in I forgot what forest it was, in what country or state, and the entire area was bloodshot red because of the fire, the extreme fires. We don't talk about Hawaii no more. We don't talk about it. All these events that have happened just to try to distract us from the things that are really going on internally in the world. We live in a time where, my God, it's so hard to live by yourself. All of us have gone through the struggle of school. All of us have gone through the struggle of trying to find a job, and yet some of us still struggle to even make it. Alone. The world is cruel, but the world does not want you to win. The world is losing. The evil doers of this world is losing. And I'm speaking wrong. Our government is losing. Israel is losing. The U.S. and Israel have lost since October 7th. Israel has lost since 1946. But they want you to be scared. They want you to not go to these protests. They want you to see what will happen if you go. But the truth of the matter is that they are the ones who are scared. That we are the ones instilling fear in them. Because I promise you, these officers who believe that they are so tough, who believe that they are so strong and mighty, standing up for the country in which they serve. What do they serve? What do they serve? And I don't speak for all officers. I don't. I want to make that abundantly clear. I don't. I'm not saying any and all officers are like this, because I believe there are people of the law who understand and who see that they are serving a country who does not serve them and serves but a terrorist state. So I want to make that clear for anyone who may see this, who is an officer, or any officers of the law, or people I've known who become officers. I'm not saying you're one of them. I speak only of those that we have seen, that we have captured on video. I want to make that abundantly clear. I have no hatred towards you. I only have love. And that goes for everyone. But this is the time we are in, people. And it's time to awaken. It's time to truly ask yourself, what will you do? What will you do? Will you feel scared? Will you allow this country to instill fear into you? Will you allow your own government to tell you to stay home and to not come to the protest? To not spread information, to continue to go to Starbucks, to McDonald's, to Subway, to Burger King, to KFC, and to spend money on the companies that so serve this terrorist state? To understand that Hamas is a true threat, and that the flattening of an entire country and the murder and starvation of millions upon millions of people and the killings of 35,000 plus women, children, and babies and men's and fathers is justifiable, and it's all needed because Hamas is that dangerous? Are you going to accept that? Or are you going to become a human and understand that a human being stands for one another? So that is all. Continue to repost. Continue to spread the word. Continue to inform people. Continue to educate yourself. If you can, try to donate. If you can't, that's okay. If you can't, try to attend rallies. If you can't attend them, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not being able to attend protests. It doesn't mean you don't support. You can still support in other ways, my friend. You will always be stronger than the government that serves you and the people that are trying to scare you, because God is protecting you. God is protecting you. These people are nothing. They are not strong. They are not powerful. They are nothing. Nothing. Understand that. Believe that. God bless you. I love you. I am proud of you. May peace be with you, my friend. Much love.